Yeah, you hear the dogs. Rough, 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 rough. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Well, first off, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas Eve to everybody watching to us or watching with us up in KC and around the world. Hopefully, it's a little hot stove update. I wasn't sure we'd have anything for you, but we do. Let's roll the open and get you guys a little something from the steakhouse here. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. I don't know what happened there. I think I just pressed the wrong button. Okay, no big deal. It is Christmas time. So anyway, glad you guys are along. Again, it's a hot stove update time. Yeah, I had to relocate everything downstairs with the Christmas tree, so I just committed another amateur error by pressing that button. So my apologies. I'm a little bit light on counter space here, so give me just a moment to move some stuff around. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. Did think we would have anything for you. We kind of thought that we were going to be quiet really Monday on, but I guess you can call him St. Joe, I guess. St. Joe Cathpietra. St. Nick of the T-Bones bringing us a little present before Santa comes down the chimney tonight a bit later on, wherever you are. And Joe did close out the final day before the Crizzy break with a couple of signings, not one, but two today. And you may have seen this. Morgan already put this out. Let me bring the two graphics up for you, too. Give me just a moment here to bring these up. This all happened really this afternoon. But by the way, we're going to give you a little holiday look here as well, because we're actually sitting by the tree, and we've got the grand dog and our dog and the cat, and the girls are here. We're all just having, actually I hear one of them barking outside right now, so we're having a good time. I hope you're doing the same thing wherever you are. Let me bring this up to you, because I actually have two, not one, but two gifts under the tree for you today here. There we go. And Morgan, as always, does a phenomenal job of giving you guys the graphics. By the way, good to see Karen out there and saying Merry Christmas, Dan, Morgan, Nick, and the rest of the team. Thank you very much. And Ray saying it's cold days like today. Oh, by the way, just to get in that same spirit there, Ray, here we go. Here's some snowfall. There we go. We got some snowfall even inside the house here. Snowfall inside the house, right? Okay, let me bring these on the screen for you in no particular order, but I'm going to have to read a little bit of this too. I'm going to put both of them for this down. We can see here. Let's bring it down here. And it's Keaton Wise, Weisz, is the first name on the list. There's actually two, but I'm going to give you guys a quote from Joe, too. He says, today we had added two impact ball players to the organization. Looking forward to them helping us in 2021. And that's, of course, your manager, Joe Cathpietra. So on the tree there. Keaton played last summer. You remember when Ramsey Romano, we talked about this at Ramsey a bit, he was going to play that Constellation League down in Sugar Land, down outside of Houston. Keaton did the very same thing, played down there. That was a lot of advanced college-age guys who were, older college players and also advanced minor leaguers. It was really an advanced group of guys that played that league down there. Keaton went to Coastal Carolina, which you may recall, now right before he got there, he spent the 2016 season in Auburn in the SEC. They went to Coastal Carolina the year after Coastal Carolina in 2016 won the College World Series. And I'd forgotten they won in 16. And he went to Coastal Carolina. Pull those numbers up for you, too. If I can do, I'm looking in the glare here, so pardon me here. But a little bit more on the young man who went to get Auburn and Coastal Carolina. A 36-round pick by the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in 2019. And you're thinking, well, he's probably a young guy. He is a young guy in the minor leagues. But what I love about this guy is something I talk about a lot with Australian baseball players. He had a lot of college experience at a very high level in the SEC, and then playing in any kind of Division One, that Southern Conference there. But just playing at a high level Division One, and of course, a program that went to College World Series in 16. He was a 2-year starter there at Coastal, and a little injury issue that last year, but also played a little wooden bat league baseball as well. So it's a guy that came out of the college ranks a little more rounded, more so than a lot of guys, I think, as far as you see numbers and at bats. I mean, here's a guy that spent a better part of 100 games in college prior to playing in the minor leagues, and went right really in the middle of the mix of things with the Angels. Saw some time at Double-A and some time at the rookie level in limited action. But, of course, a lot of times when you get drafted, you get plugged in, usually July 1, so it's not always a right away you hit the ground running, and that's one reason the draft's been moved, to give guys a little more summer of wooden bat league experience before the draft comes up. It's going to be later on in July, coming up in 2021. Again, last year played 16 games in 2020. A career in the minors, limited sample size that 1 year, 204, but this is a high upside guy. If you look at his college numbers, it's a high upside guy, as far as just versatility. I think this is one of those situations where you got a guy you don't really know what you got here. I think you're going to find out that you're going to have a pretty an in-depth guy to kind of plug in there. And Joe likes versatile players. It's a guy, you look at his defensive numbers and his pitching numbers as well. He's a pitcher most recently, a little bit as well. So he's done a little bit of dual stuff as well. But fielding-wise, just look at his position breakdowns since the 1 year in the pros. And again, remember, he would have been in the minor leagues last year. But there was no minor league season for affiliated players, so he lost the entire year. And what's happening in a lot of these situations, you're the Angels farm director, and you say, okay, look, we're cutting our teams. We're going from the 6 down to 4. We don't have a lot of place for rookie level players, but much less. We just can't carry a lot of extra bodies. That's one reason our league is going to really step up to help Major League Baseball out. You're getting a guy that probably would not have been released because they want to find out what they've got here, but because of the pandemic was released, didn't play in 2020, and got to quote unquote trim the fat a bit, trying to get those minor league numbers down to kind of because you don't want to have too many. You're going to have too much of a gluttony in the complex in Arizona. You just can't have that. So you get a guy like this that you're going to get really a fresh look at. I mean, really with low mileage. I think that's a very good thing. Defensively, shortstop, third base, second base, versatile. This is the guy who can play those positions. And Joe's talked about this. If you have a guy that can play multiple positions, that opens up your roster. To a lot more possibilities. Instead of carrying one guy that's pigeonholed at second base, second and short, first, second, third, whatever. Whatever you can do in the outfield, that's what makes guys so valuable for Joe. And independent baseball in general, the more places you can play. This is a guy, I believe you're going to see that as could be. And this is one of those guys, could be very well be because of the limited numbers. Again, he's not alone here. There are a lot of minor league guys who got released who just didn't get a shot. And I think what you're going to see too, where Joe's obviously found the way to get these guys back to the chase their big league dreams, getting guys that are older, established minor leaguers who are hungry to get back up there again and get that second or third chance. Also, there's going to be more of these guys who are more advanced out of college who got a limited shot in the minors and we're going to be really hungry to get that shot again. And I think you're going to see some of those guys trickle through the ranks as well in the American Association, where maybe 4 or 5 years ago, or really 2 years ago, he reminds me a lot of Ramsey Romano as far as just pedigree. And I have no idea if they know each other. I have no idea if there's what similarities are as far as ball players. But I looked at Ramsey's numbers when he came to the T-Bones. Ramsey was a guy who had some blurbs here that kind of looked like he's got something, but he had never really had the entire opportunity for that 1 year out in Long Beach. And really, he had the time at Michigan. He finally got that one chance. He put all together. And I think this is a kind of guy like that, much like that. You're going to get a chance to put all together. And Ramsey obviously has taken off as a pro And I think you'll see this very same thing from Wise here. So that is what you got here. I mean, Pittsburgh had a lot of roster movement more before this year. That's a very good question, GM, and let me get to that on the screen here for you guys as well. Let me bring Keaton down. I did give you a bio on the background as far as hometown and that kind of thing. I probably should do that. Right-handed bat out of the West Coast. He went to eventually went to school in the East Coast, as far Coastal Carolina, Auburn, but he's a Southern California guy. Grew up in the San Diego area. So again, a lot like Ramsey as well. Again, I have no idea if Ramsey and him know each other, but you would think they cross paths somewhere. But just looking at his numbers out of college and multiple colleges, stops, I get the feeling he's a lot like that as far as just, Ramsey's a guy you take a flyer on and boom, he pays off dividends. I think Keaton can be that same type of guy. I'll get to the more questions. Merry Christmas as well to you folks out there. Again, this is a little hot stove update here from the Steakhouse on a Christmas Eve edition. It kind of serves our Christmas Eve show, I guess, our Christmas show, right? I mean, I did the guitar maybe and play some jams, something like that. All right, let's bring Keaton down. Let's bring this is Stetson Alley. Let me bring this down so you guys can see the as a matter of fact, I had actually heard of him because of I stumbled across some Los Angeles Dodgers AAA numbers recently doing some research for the Perth Heat, and I actually remember this name. It stands out. Stetson, obviously. The Stetson Hatters in Florida, or the Stetson Cowboy hat, and then the last name Alley, 6'2", 245, older guy. Now, talk about a guy that fits the Joe Capietro mode. This guy's been at AAA most recently with Oklahoma City, Dodgers AAA club on the PCL, pitched at a very high level, older, established, right-hander. I'm pulling those numbers up, and I meant to don't see if I've got that right here. Originally signed with the Pirates. He's out of Ohio, Lakewood, Ohio, St. Edward's High School there in Lakewood, Ohio. 2010 draft. And this is a little basic stuff from a couple of publications. Talked about in 2010, he fell in the draft due to his commitment initially to the University of North Carolina, went to play for the Tar Heels in the ACC, good baseball conference. But the Pirates did take him, and he went up and signed with him with the Pirates. Was throwing 100 miles an hour for scouts. Was unofficially, some publications say as high as 102. Hard-throwing righty. The Pirates did take him in the second round in 2010. And back in the time, he had a $2.2 million signing bonus back in the day. So this guy came very highly touted for the Pirates organization. After his time with the Pirates, the Dodgers came a-calling, picked him up, and pulling up some of those numbers here as well. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Began his pro career 2011, a rookie ball. Spent 11 through 2000, so 6 years. It was like parts of 5 years, really, with the Pirates organization. Reached AA Altoona with them, has pitched to Mexico as well, Mazatlan when he was with the Pirates, but then on to Oklahoma City, 17, 18, and 19. Didn't pitch this last summer, but was in Tulsa and AA Tulsa, AAA Oklahoma City in 19, and then also did that same thing in 18, spent some time in AA and High A when he first came over to the Dodgers organization. Let's see, most recently, that big sample size there in the PCL in 2019. Let me pull this up for you here. Find it for you. Here we go. 2019, let's see. Appeared in 33 ball games, no starts at all. They were all relief appearances, couple of saves, 32 innings, a high ERA of an 8.44, 40 strikeouts, though, in 32 innings. The PCL can be unforgiving, and he's got just enough in 32 innings. And going back, and I'll have to go back and look this up, but I'm guessing that high ERA probably came one or two starts or one or two appearances. Because you look at the numbers, it's better than a strikeout per inning. In the walks, 31 walks in 32 innings, that's a little high that 1 year, but overall, his career, 118 2/3 in 5 seasons. 149 strikeouts. So again, better than a strikeout per inning. Career ERA 6.52 for Stetson Alley strikeout guy, Mike, I'm sorry. Strikeouts ratio, career 1.33. I believe, and this all got, I got this afternoon, so pardon me, I was doing the holiday thing, so I haven't been able to dive in as much as I want to, but my guess is, just looking at the track record, this is a guy probably, he missed time, obviously, he missed time in 12 and 13. It doesn't say exactly why. I'm guessing, again, this is a guess, but when you're pitching 11 and 12 and you don't pitch again for several seasons, that's my guess. Let's see what he did offensively, though. A dual guy, though. He's another of those dual guys. He did he was pitching and hitting. He went back offensively in 13, 14, and 15. Yes, he did. He played 111 games in 16, 120 in 15, all offensively. So playing, and it looks like, just kind of pulling these down together, where is position-wise when he was playing in the field. Corner outfield piece and first base when he was playing that size, you figure. But again, since that time, since 2000 and, when's the last at bats he had? He had 33. He had 33 games. He appeared, in 33 ball games in 2019, he had one at bat, which is about right. Because remember, in AAA and in AA, when a National League ball club plays another National League ball club, the pitchers do bat. Being a reliever, it's not uncommon. And you figure if you're a reliever and you have one at bat in 33 ball games, that's about right. Because only starters usually bat because they do the double switches and all that. So you know how that works out when National League ball clubs play National League ball clubs. But he has not, his last season of playing full-time as a position player was 2016. Thus the gap. He began pitching position, back to pitching again. He's back there throwing, guy throws 100 miles an hour as a young man coming up. You're going to get every chance as well. And with that size, and plugged him right back in. He has only, again, the most at bats he's had since 2016 has been 2, and that was in 2019. He had 1 at AA and 1 at AAA. So he's back full-time pitching. I probably should have clarified that from the get-go. But now, former first baseman, outfielder, played a little bit of both coming up, and then went exclusively as an outfielder, first baseman for a couple of years, then flipping back over to pitching with the Dodgers organization. And again, as I mentioned, AAA and AA. Career numbers too. Merry Christmas, Bobby, as well. Career numbers 8 and 5 and 6.52, all levels. But again, looking at the strikeout per inning thing, pretty encouraging. Combined numbers, I'm trying to think of his highest year. Really had some, again, it's a strikeout thing. I mean, this is a strikeout type guy. So I think, Mike, you're right on. This is one of those guys, a hard thrower, going to complement your bullpen, a veteran guy from the right side. And you've got, you can get a 7th, 8th inning out of this guy. You're set. This is what you're looking for, some more depth in that bullpen. So anyway, that is your hot stove update. Sorry about that, guys. I had to kind of look around here. But anyway, it's a Stetson Alley, right-hander, 6'2", 245. Again, both signees. Put them up on the board for you here. There we go. And let's just do bring me down here. How about it? There we go. Come back to me there. There we go. That's what you got there. So anyway, a little Christmas present for you, for you T-Bones faithful, and good to get that. And I think that the question was asked earlier. And I'm going to go back here about as far as the roster movement. I think in a normal year, Joe would probably be. I mean, he kind of does his normal thing, but I think this is not a normal year because of the way the minor league baseball is changing. I mean, with Major League Baseball now controlling the minor leagues, affiliated minor leagues, that whole shift of, losing 20 teams, teams being pared down, players being released, I think Joe's going to be a little more I should say wait and see, but I think there's some people out there, some guys he's following who have not been released yet, that he is waiting on. I think you'll see a little bit more Um, Joe usually kind of strikes early in November and goes quiet in December. I think you're seeing because it's action in December. When these guys are available, he's not messing around. Or maybe he would kind of get quiet, the hot stove does, because of these kids. And a lot of these guys haven't pitched in 2019 or played since 2019. They're desperate for an opportunity. I think Joe's also going to capitalize on that. But I do believe that he's really going to have a lot more say about bringing in guys, or a lot more, I should say, he's going to have a lot more desire to bring in guys who are hungrier than usual, because you're going to have a lot. Not only you have guys who've lost jobs because there's too few teams, you've also got that in the mix. A normal year, without all this, you're going to have some hungry guys. You've got guys who are hungry who got released, maybe who were having good years. I know a couple of guys that got released with the Tigers who are Australian players who are off to pretty good starts in their careers, but there's no place to keep that gluttony of players. And so they're hungry to get a chance. I think you're going to see Joe continue to apply that hungry, get that chance to get back to AAA and AA or the big leagues. You're going to see that continue to be the way that Joe Cappietro does it for the T-Bones. So let's see. I'll get the questions here. Mike's, sorry, I'm bringing this down for you guys. Bring it down, and bring it down there. Schedule-wise, yeah. It sounds like that. We have a conference call every Monday, and from what I understand, it's close. You don't want to go much longer, because obviously, if you think about it from the standpoint of sales and marketing, you want to be out there, putting your groups together. If you're company A, you want to get that company night in whenever, July, June, whatever, those perfect nights. You want to start promoting those activities, those giveaways, and all the things we're going to do, because a lot of really exciting stuff's going on, which I'm going to get to that in a moment. Some more of that. I would think you're tail end of January, and I think the main holdup is because of the St. Paul situation. That situation is one of the, because they already had a schedule sort of in place. In general, by September-ish, the GMs and VPs and owners already get a framework of what it may look like the next year. That was already in place, and they've got to come and pull the St. Paul and do some shuffling around a bit. But I would think that it would be tail end of January at the latest. I would think is what I would think will happen. Yeah, ho, Bobby. There you go. The wife is asking, will managers like Joe fare better than someone like, say, Gary? You know what? That's interesting, because Greg Taggart up there in Gary, Indiana, likes those young college kids, they're hungry for a different reason. They were overlooked. Think of Colin Willis, who's over in Australia playing now, was overlooked coming out of Indiana, say Purdue Calumet. He was, basically wasn't even looked at. He was finally signed by the Red Sox organization. He's playing, hopefully be AA with them next year. But he got a young college kid that was basically ignored in the draft. Was an afterthought. And with the draft being fewer rounds as well, that's also been cut. You're going to have a lot of guys who you're going to have more guys than ever that aren't going to get their opportunity. And I think it's going to play right to Joe. I think it'll play both in Joe Pietro's hands and Greg Taggart and Gary's hands. Greg will have even more young college whippersnappers that he likes. You're going to see Joe get more of the veteran and the hungry AA friend, high A guy who didn't get the AA call. You're going to see a lot more of that. And because again, it's a changing business. Do you think that, let's see here, Dave? Hey, David, how you doing, bud? Do you think American Association will have, I did read a piece in the Tribune in Chicago this morning. I mentioned Curtis Hoggs, a mate of mine, is a VP of the King County Cougars. I think that's kind of the plum a lot of folks are hoping to fall. Assuming King County was to come into the fold of the American Association, they'd probably add one more somewhere else. If King County is not coming in, they go Frontier League or Wooden Bat. I can see the American Association for 1 year dropping to 10, but I firmly believe expansion is on the horizon, and I think multiple locations and maybe more than just two. I think probably at least. I think 22 is that year. I think. I know one of the plans there's a couple things in the works, and I can't get into it, but I know one of them that I'm privy to know about that they're working on that's just not going to get done for this year because it's just running out of time. You can't really. Oh, by the way, we saw what happened when we had the barnstorming team from Salina a couple of years ago. That was a tough go for everybody involved. That Salina team, you're kind of past that window, but I think expansion in 22 is definitely going to be up there, especially that in Texas. And I believe probably if King County out in Geneva, Illinois, because that fits you with Chicago, it gives you basically Gary, Chicago, Milwaukee. Who am I missing? Gary, Chicago, and then Geneva. You have 4 teams right there in one division, all within 150 miles of each other. I mean, Milwaukee is not that far really from O'Hare. It's 80 miles from O'Hare, 90 miles from O'Hare. That's where the Chicago Dogs are. I think the question is what you do with the other division. If you could pluck and this is speculation, but a Clinton or a Burlington, Iowa, that would probably slide right into what you do is you'd probably slide. I don't know how you'd work it, but I'm just kind of throwing this. This is just me thinking outside my head here, but maybe Sioux City slides back up with Sioux Falls, and Sioux Falls, Winnipeg, Sioux City, Fargo, and you've got the Chicago area with Milwaukee, those 4, and then you've got Kansas City, Cleburne, Lincoln, and you throw that 4th team, Burlington, Iowa, Clinton, Iowa, perhaps. I mean, I can see that being the possibility. But I think there's a lot of wait and see here on this. But again, if you're the owners in Kane County and Burlington, I think Burlington or Clinton, I think Burlington probably is going to be wood and bat, I think. It sounds like. I can see Clinton being persuaded in the association, but both are small markets, smaller than Sioux City. But again, remember, Burlington, Iowa is probably the same size as Cleburne, Texas, and Cleburne fares fine in our league. So I don't know if the market size is as big of a deal as this the baseball facility. I do know the money that was spent in Burlington has been fairly sizable since 2000, upgrading some lights in the field and the clubhouses to keep affiliated baseball around. I'm not aware of what Clinton did, but they had to have done something to keep affiliated baseball there. That ballpark's an old works project for the 1930s. It's been there maybe late 30s, right in the Mississippi River, and the Burlington ballpark is it's been pieced together over the years. Not quite an architectural marvel, but it's a nice place. I mean, it's a neat little town. Both towns are nice, and I think they'd fit well in the league. Maybe a nice balance to the big city of Kansas City and Chicago, and then smaller towns. But I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I haven't really heard that. I haven't really read anything about it, except I did see in the Chicago Tribune that you've got those Frontier League teams around there too. Don't forget, in Chicago you've got Joliet, you've also got Windy City. Both those teams in the Frontier. You've got that possibility too, which works well for Geneva. But remember, the association is going to be more advanced than, say, and there's a place for the advanced league and for the less advanced league of the Frontier. But that's also something that those owners are going to ask themselves as well. And, I know for a fact our group and then the league's group, Joshua Schaub and Josh Buchholz and the directors are all working hard to figure out what's going to happen. But really, we've been waiting for all these little dominoes to fall. Once the affiliates were set, okay, that was the first thing. Who's available? And now we're working through that now and really what the long-term footprint's going to be. I think that's the big thing. What's going to happen? I mean, what cities are out there? And, you don't want to rush anything, but I think there's some opportunities there. Didn't Clinton? Yeah. See, that's the thing. But let me throw this out there to you, Mike. While Clinton is the bottom of the barrel in attendance in the Midwest League, maybe, and I've been that league. In April in Iowa, especially that eastern Iowa, we had snow opening day in 1999. I mean, snow, sleet, outfield the drainage was flooded or frozen where you couldn't drain the field. We really had ice, looked like the Delaware River Washington across the Delaware with floating ice in the outfield because it was froze over the drainage system there opening April. April can be unforgiving in that part of the country. And if they move their season back into May, I think that would help them. You pare down the chances to have fewer Tuesdays and Wednesdays and more Fridays and Saturdays. You promote your butt off. I think you could get that crowd up to 900, 1,000 a game on average if you pared it down a bit. That'd be the goal. But Ted Turno, I believe is his name, who's been the GM and VP there for a number of years. He was there when I was in the league back in the day, and I think that'd be a challenge. Was that which team? Let's see here. Burlington. Burlington, same situation. Burlington. I worked there. It's a challenge, and again, I think this works to their advantage. Smaller footprint. Again, and I was in Iowa, Burlington, Iowa. We had opening night. Had the Blues Brothers in on a Thursday night opening night. We got snowed out. And it was a lot of room, and this is where I sympathize with owners and operators, having been one myself. When you get a snow out or a rain out, I remember I've told you how many times I felt for the staff when the rain out would come for us on a Thursday or Friday in KC. It's painful to watch. It's just watching it's like being in a restaurant and cooking all your food and just dumping it all out back and going home. I mean, it's painful to watch. And that happened up there in Iowa. So weather in Iowa can be really difficult. It's like being in Winnipeg. I mean, Winnipeg can be tough even in May sometimes. That's why they always open down south. But I still think if you were a small enough operation like that, instead of playing the 80 home games, you're playing only the 50, and you're moving a month of your season back to where it's going to be a little warmer before it gets cold again. And I could see that I could see you making that work. And, it'd be a challenge. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I wear my old Bees gear. Yeah, I do have some old Bees gear somewhere. But questions, comments when we go here. Glad you guys are along Christmas Eve here. Hope you're doing well with your family. Little hot stove update from the steakhouse. Let me put the crawler up there. There we go. Yes, I got one more thing to give you guys, and give me a moment. This is, how I am about this stuff. Sometimes I got to do a little work here on the fly. This is all put together on the fly today. Let's see here. Give me just a moment. You guys may have seen this, and Morgan posted this, and I want to give you guys on the screen what's going on. This is exciting stuff. Let's bring it down. Not sure where it's going to go, but let's see if there we go. Let's go here. Sorry, guys. Give me just a moment here. Talk amongst yourselves. I don't know why I can't. I want to give you guys the work at the ballpark, and this is something that's really exciting. Let's just give this one photo one. There we go. Let's see if it'll save for us. You guys may have seen this. Morgan posted this up on Instagram and I believe Twitter last couple days. This actually began on Monday, and I'm going to give this to you guys here in just a second. If you'll give me just a moment here, and one more to go. But yes, they've done some major work at the ballpark, and of course, the seats were all done up during the spring and the summer, but the new club level renovations going on right now in earnest. Of course, they stopped today, but they worked through the holiday until 5 o'clock or mid afternoon today. Let me bring this back up for you guys. Let me put this back up for you. Sorry about that, guys. And stall. Promise it's going to be worth it, though, if I can get to it. Here we go. I guess I could put this up on the screen. There you go. I have me as Santa. Okay, this is shot number one. This is what's been going on the club level. Okay, there we go. I'll bring this up on the entire screen for you right there. Let me take the snow off. That'd probably be a good idea as well. There we go. This would have been Monday. That is, of course, looking back to where the broadcast. If you look in the middle of your screen, where that door is still, if you look to the left of that, you're looking basically right toward the press row and the press box and all that. So that is going to be on the north west side of the ballpark. That's the old owner's suite and all that. They've knocked those walls down. This is going to be part of the Legends club, stadium club, you want to call it. We talk about this a lot when we went to St. Paul over the years. Remember, had that Centurion Club in St. Paul, that long stretch on the right side of the field of the ballpark. that there was no suites. It was just this long club. Similar thing to that. It's not going to be as long, not as long as that, but it's going to be very similar. There'll be some seats outside, but right there, going to open this thing up. I'll give you another shot of this too in just a moment. Open this thing up and give you a little bit better view of what it's going to look like. Let's see that one. Let's give this one here. Here's a better one with the lighting. You'll see a better shot of it. Let me bring this up for you. Bring this one up. Here we go. This is really exciting to see this this shot here. Let me bring this down. But sorry about that. You can see that's the wrong one. Sorry, this is the one I want to put up. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Here's what I'm going to show you. Here's the one more lighting to see the workers. That's a little closer shot, but that's basically 3 suites there. So that'll be, the numbers escape me, but owners and the 2 next to it. One of these was a double suite, so that double suite has been opened up even more. Triple suite. That's going to be the Stadium Club. Going to be a really cool place to hang out and be a. I'm going to try to hang out there if I can, but there you go. See the construction going on, but you can see the left of your screen there. You get a good shot of the ballpark and what's going on. So really cool stuff. Thanks to Morgan and company for putting those on and sending those to us. But very exciting time. So that is going on too during the holiday. They're not slowing down. Working upstairs in the suite. That's going to be a really nice club amenity place right there at the ballpark. Going to have just knocking out the walls, get more space, but they're going to fix it up. It's going to be nice. And it's going to be a really cool place, a premium area for our premium season ticket holders. And it's going to be a great place to have, press conferences and any kind of events we have in the off season. And if you think about it too, you can use that as a something to rent out in the off season, all kinds of possibilities with that. Mike says, any idea the T-Bone's big news that should be coming? I thought they were going to have a major announcement right after Thanksgiving. I will tell you what I do know there. We know the rebrand's been going on. We talked about that 2 weeks ago. I would guess, like everything else, after the holiday. I mean, I don't think you'll see anything until after the holiday, and including New Year's in that mix. But I do believe you'll see something, whatever it is, it'll be something important. I can tell you this. I've said this several times. What is planned lying ahead? And I'm not just talking about what you guys have heard. What lies ahead for you? It's pretty impressive. Pretty cool. I mean, there are a lot of great things, and it's very neat to see Mark Brandmeier's group and the entire organization, the energy. It's almost as if it's not even almost if it is. It's a new life. It's a whole new startup. It's a whole new, brand new feeling. It's a shiny new ride, right? The parking lot, the bow on top. It's that, and it includes all aspects of the ball club, not just a name and a logo, but a ballpark. I mean, the stadium improvements. The new seats. They're going to continue to work on the different items in the ballpark. I know that Jim Cundiff, who does our food and beverage, working hard on putting some new items out there for you guys as well. I mean, Morgan is excited. And she's like, her list is long, but the things that she's going to be working with is just, she's loading it up. I mean, loading it up. And I know from my standpoint, things we're going to be doing is exciting. And so everybody is really fired up no matter what department they're in. Our sales folks, our ticket folks, they're all fired up. And obviously, any rebrand would include merch. That's going to have people fired up. So a lot of really exciting things. And our little departments we're all in, we're all like, woo, we're all excited. And I think you guys should be excited too. It's exciting times to be part of the Kansas City T-Bones baseball family and going forward. And here's a great thing. Rebrand or no rebrand, stadium repair or no stadium upgrades or whatever you want to call it, you got Joe Cappiatra and a hell of a good ball club on the field that is going to be in the mix every year with that guy at the top and his philosophy. So that's exciting too. So you've got all that covered and pretty good. I mean, you're going to feel pretty good. Oh, we're going to win as well? Yeah. I mean, can you guarantee that, Dan? Dang right I can guarantee we're going to win. That's all we've done so far, right? What else we got here? There's a whole new entity, which was neat. Yeah, it is. Let me put it to you this way. The spirit that we've had, the goodwill, the fun vibes that you have at the ballpark, that's going to be there. I mean, what things that Morgan presents, hopefully my broadcast will be up to par as well. very interactive and very, we get to know each other as, on these shows, and my door is always open. That's all going to be what you've always seen. But we're just taking even a bigger approach. We're just growing it larger. And I can tell you it's a passion thing. What's great about that for me as a broadcaster and as a person that does this for a living, I'm passionate and emotional, as you guys know. I'm fired up, but knowing that Mark Brandmeier, our owner, is fired up, and Mark McKee is fired up, and Jay Heinrichs is fired up, and Morgan Cole, everybody, Morgan all the way down. And I know Joe is. Joe Capietna is fired up. Everyone's fired up. It has a shot of adrenaline, or whatever you want to call it, new life. It's all there. It's really fired us all up. So it is a whole new thing, and it's exciting. And again, it's a happy time of year because it's Christmas, and we're celebrating that celebration, the meaning. But also, this new year is going to bring new life to our ballpark and to our ball club and to our baseball family. And we can change logos and names. We still are a baseball family, and we're going to be a great baseball family. So anyway, thanks for joining me. I'm going to give you guys one final shot here. Where's my phone? Oh, here it is. It's right in front of me. I want to give you guys a little shot now. Now, the girls have gone outside because they thought they were disturbing me. They weren't. But I'm going to give you guys what's the scene here in our house right now. I thought, well, you know what? How about a behind the scenes at the Vaughn household here on a Chrissy Eve here. And by the way, if you're in Australia watching, good morning to you. Merry Christmas to our friends, our T-Bone faithful in Australia. But let me give you guys a shot of our house here. I'm going to bring this down so I can, here we go. I'm going to show you what it looks like here in the house now. Currently, well, the girls are outside, but I'm going to do this. And I'm going to add myself to our self. There we go. Unmute me. Okay, here we go. I'm going to give you guys a little shot of what's going on in our house. There's the dog. Hold on, let me bring this out to you. There's our stockings. Right there. Max, come here, bud. Come here, buddy. Come here and tell everybody Merry Christmas. Max, come here, bud. Tell everybody Merry Christmas. Say Merry Christmas, folks. Said, I can't wait to go to Kansas. You want to go to Kansas? Maxie, you want to go to Kansas, buddy? Want to go to Kansas?
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 Yeah, he does. And there's the wife. Where's everybody else?
I think they are upstairs or in the back.
Okay, they're upstairs in the back. So anyway, there we are here at the house, and there's the Christmas tree, and we're all set here. And again, we're Christmas Eve, but there you go. There's a shot of the stockings hung with the chimney there. And anyway, so that's what we got going on here. The dog is ready to go. The other dog is out back. Basco, bring Basco in. Let's bring Basco in while we're here saying goodbye to you guys on a Christmas Eve. Wishing all of our T-Bone family, all of our Kansas City family watching us all around the world. Very quick. Come here, Basco. Come here, bud. You don't get this anywhere else, right? Come here, Basco. Come here and say hello. Well, I see a tail. No, don't fight. Come here. Basco, come here, bud. There's Joy Mall. There, Basco. You're going to fight. Basco. Here we go. Say hello. There's our oldest. She's a smarty.
You can tell he's a puppy.
Yep. Hello, Joy. Merry Christmas to the T-Bone family. There we go. All right, you can go back to what you were doing. Caroline's somewhere. We're not sure where she is. She's somewhere, but there we go. And Max he's all excited. So anyway, that's our house on a Christmas Eve. Thought I'd give you guys a little what's going on here at our house on Christmas Eve. And I hope you guys have a great Christmas wherever you're watching us and watching us on replay. To recap the news again, I didn't give you the breaking sound. You know what? It's kind of Christmas Eve. I'm kind of like doing the Clark Griswold, kind of just doing whatever, I guess. I didn't give you the breaking news sounder, did I? I forgot about that. Dadgummit. Let's see. Let's give you a breaking. Let's close out a breaking news sound. Let's do a little production value, DB. How about it? There's the wife. Where she went? There he goes. Oh boy. Somewhere we got breaking news. I don't know where it is. Oh well. Thought I had it. All right. Well, anyway, I had the breaking news sounder. Don't know what I did with it, but anyway, let's give you this. Again, the T-Bones today signing Keaton Wise, infielder, second base, third base, short, versatile young man, went to Coastal Carolina, a former Angels farmhand. He's the first edition there. And then Stetson Alley, a right-hander, hard-throwing right-hander, also out of the Dodgers organization, is also been signed for the 2021 season by Joe Capietra. And Joe, very excited to add two impact players in the organization. And that's what Joe does, is add impact players to the organization. So much love to you guys. That's your news right there. Breaking news here from the hot stove. It'll be the last one. If Joe signs, only reason we break in tomorrow is if Joe Capietra somehow digs up Babe Ruth and he shows up at the ballpark. And I don't think that's going to be happening unless, I don't think so. So we're probably okay. We're probably okay at least till Monday next week. But again, thanks for joining me here. Glad you guys stopped by. Have a great rest of your night. And let's be better tomorrow than we were today. Let's show more love tomorrow than we did today. And let's be better fans tomorrow than we were today. Have a Merry Christmas to you and yours. From our family, babe, when it comes to say bye to her. Hold on, let the wife come over and say bye. Let me move this down here. Wave to everybody, sweetie. Oh, sorry. There we go. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. See you. Much love. We'll see you guys around the corner. Have a great rest of your night. Let's roll the close. Oh, by the way, there I am. There I am in my snowman outfit. There you go. How about that? That's what I do, right? Just wishing it would snow. Let's close this thing out. Love you guys. We'll see y'all down the road. Have a great Christmas and a terrific weekend. And go T-Bones.